On any given day, Bear Brook State Park in Allenstown is a destination for recreation.
It probably has one of the finest trail system around, bicycles as well as hikers. There's hundreds of hikers that come through here every week.
If you're biking along Podunk Road in the park, you might come across a sort of local mystery.
A lot of people would call the town hall, and say, what can you tell me about that? And the town hall would refer them to me.
Because Armand Verville from the Allenstown Historical Society has researched this gravesite, one that hunters and hikers wondered about for years.
Around Memorial Day, they would see where a flag had been placed in a little area that had nothing else.
Turns out a local resident named Ernest Pitty learned there was a Civil War soldier buried inside Bear Brook State Park, and for years would mark the site with a flag.
He had no idea who it was, just that if there was a soldier buried there, that he should be remembered and honored like all the others.
Mr. Pitty passed away in 2006 without leaving any records about the site. To this day, it's not known who is buried here or exactly where, but Armand still helps maintain the site. And even with the remote location, tributes are common.
As you can see, there's quite a few coins. Someone left a bouquet of flowers. They might say a prayer, but there's been a lot of respect for the grave, and we're glad to see that.
Our next stop is Blossom Hill Cemetery in Concord. Local historian James Spain showed us some unique memorials here.
This monument is kind of unique. Here on North State Street in Concord, you have thousands of cars that pass every day. And within sight of the road, you have this big boulder.
That marker honors those killed in the Spanish-American War. In 1898, the United States declared war on Spain after the USS Maine mysteriously exploded in Havana Harbor, killing 268 sailors. It sent shockwaves across the U.S.
They would yell, "Remember the Maine, remember the Maine," amongst other things.
Many don't know this memorial is made from a piece of that history.
Now, what's interesting is this piece of metal here, people don't realize this. This is part of the ship. This metal was recovered from the USS Maine and placed here, brought to Concord and placed here. If you just walk up to it and you put your hand on it, you're touching history. You're touching the USS Maine.
In the back of the cemetery, you'll find these buried cannons surrounding a veteran cemetery and a tomb of the unknown soldier.
This is the marker, unknown but not forgotten. And these are the original markers that were placed here by the GAR.
It was 1865 as the Civil War wound down. 11 New Hampshire soldiers were shipped north, badly injured.
They were placed on a train. They were unconscious. They came back upon the train. They arrived at the depot. They were brought to the Margaret Pillsbury Hospital.
So they arrive here, and no one knows who they are?
No one knows who they are to this very day.
No one claimed the men who all died and were buried here.
This is the place that those 11 soldiers ended up. And again, I want to stress the fact that though they're unknown, they are not forgotten.
If you know where to look, you can find war memorials that honor those who supported the fight. In Manchester, you can find a monument to war photographers. And in Barrington, just off Route 9 in the Pine Grove Cemetery, there's a monument so unique it draws people from all over.
People from Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, New York.
They come to see this memorial dedicated to war dogs and their handlers who have served together in battle for generations.
And there's no other one around, close by. So that's it.
Joe Bystrick and George Plantamoro are part of the American Legion Post 114. Decades ago, the group had an artist create this dog statue made of weather-resistant resin.
We figured the German Shepherd was the most popular, so that's why we chose the German Shepherd.
In 2002, a special ceremony was held to dedicate the War Dog Memorial. In the years since, it has collected numerous tributes and become an emotional visit for dog handlers who served our country with man's best friend.
They'll be standing there, they'll be, looking at the thing and crying, because it's just something they remember, and they remember their dog, and that was their dog.
The dogs were just like a person to them. The dogs even lay down and take fire, protect their handler.